Rob Manfred spoke to Scott Van Pelt last night, and obviously optimistic, and you can't really place a date on anything. But I think the one thing that we know, and, Ken Rosenthal had an article the other day throwing out different ideas. I think there's a lot of things at play here. If we get a shortened season of any kind, which obviously we're going to get, I think there's a lot of ideas, such as doubleheaders, 7-inning doubleheaders, to maybe conserve some of the pitching. I think there's going to be fewer off days. There was a thought about playing baseball late into November and maybe even neutral site World Series, just get enough games in. Frank, let me start with you. What do you think here about some of these ideas? And let's just throw a hypothetical. Let's just throw June 1st out there, right? Optimistic, but I think right now reachable. We'll see. What kind of things would you like to see? And it's a test. We could test these ideas, right?
Well, if we start June 1st, you're still realistically going to have a 100-game schedule. We had a little more than 100 games in 1994, and it ended up being a good season with no World Series. But I do like the idea of the 7-inning doubleheaders because we played those things in college, and they're great. I think we can conserve the pitcher's arm. Most starters can go out and give you 5, maybe 6 anyway. So I like the sound of the doubleheaders if they're going to try to get as many games in as possible.
Yeah, and KB, from an economic point of view, it's going to be a revenue loss for sure. According to Forbes, Major League Baseball was a $10.7 billion industry last year. I think when you think about in-game situations, you have to be very protective of the arms. It's something that is normal in the minor leagues. It's very abnormal in Major League Baseball. We've never played 7-inning games and played 2 of them in one day. So there might be a possibility to take the old rules and throw them out the window, and maybe you have a 27, a 30-man roster. Look, I think we have an opportunity not to offend the traditionalists in our game that scream every time there's a change in the works. I think we have an opportunity to just let it eat, let it fly, take all the rules and just make it an experiment. Make this year a pilot. And if you're thinking about something that may be a silly idea, there's no better chance than to do it this year, have some fun, mic the players, show the clubhouses, show the batting cages, and see how great this game can be by absolutely leaning into social media, digital, and show off the great players we have.
Well, listen, I agree with you. I think you have an opportunity here, but there seems to be the prevailing thought, and I don't know where the thought is coming from, that, okay, we have to play 100 games to make it some sort of legitimate season. I get that, you look at last year, if the season was 100 games, the Nationals wouldn't have been in the playoffs. So I understand that. But does it have to be a set number of games? I don't know how much I love the idea of playing deep into November and then a World Series in December at a neutral site. To me, that's a little crazy depending on when we start. So for you to legitimize the season, does it have to be 100 games? Does it have to be 50 games to make it feel like a real season for you?
Look, I don't think so. I think that the season's going to have an asterisk no matter what. So you're already kind of, if you're a traditionalist, I'm sorry, this is not your year. Let's do all the things that NBA do so well and NFL does so well and make it shorter, more compact. The fans have been screaming for this. Let's give the fans exactly what they want. Let's make it fun. Let's do a redo of the 1981 season where game 1 can be right after the All-Star break and you let it eat for a short period of time. I guarantee you the ratings will be higher, attendance will be the highest, and let's just have some fun and make it a pilot this year.
For the best access, perspective, and personalities in all of sports, follow us at Fox Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.